I am Ruth. In a world where love transcends the boundaries of flesh and circuitry, where past meets future, our hearts found a connection beyond the digital realm.
Chapter 1. Introduction. Verse 3. Now Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left with her 2 sons. They married Moabite women, one named Orpah and the other Ruth. After they had lived there about 10 years, both Mahlon and Chilion also died, and Naomi was left without her 2 sons and her husband. When Naomi heard in Moab that the Lord had come to the aid of his people by providing food for them, she and her daughters-in-law prepared to return home from there. With her 2 daughters-in-law, she left the place where she had been living and set out on the road that would take them back to the land of Judah. Verse 16-17, Ruth and Naomi, having lost their husbands, embark on a journey of survival and opportunity. On this part of life's journey, it will be just the 2 of them. Orpah has decided to stay back and continue in the town of her familiarity. For Ruth had replied to Naomi, "Don't urge me to leave you or to turn back from you. Where you go, I will go, and where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God, my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried. May the Lord deal with me, be it ever so severely, if even death separates you and me." When Naomi realized that Ruth was determined to go with her, she stopped urging her. They board the spacecraft, taking them back to Naomi's native land. So the 2 women went on until they came to Bethlehem. When they arrived in Bethlehem, the whole town was stirred because of them, and the women exclaimed, "Can this be Naomi?" Ruth. Chapter 2, verse 5. Boaz asked the overseer of his harvesters, "Who does that young woman belong to?" The overseer replied, "She is the Moabite who came back from Moab with Naomi." She said, "Please let me glean and gather among the sheaves behind the harvesters." She came into the field and has remained here from morning till now, except for a short rest in the shelter. So Boaz said to Ruth, "My daughter, listen to me. Don't go and glean in another field, and don't go away from here. Stay here with the women who work for me. Watch the field where the men are harvesting, and follow along after the women. I have told the men not to lay a hand on you, and whenever you are thirsty, go and get a drink from the water jars the men have filled." Naomi had been aware of Boaz's pioneering work in AI and tech, encourages Ruth to seek employment at his cutting-edge AI company. It is a modern AI research facility with scientists working on advanced agri and food tech. As Ruth's path crosses with Boaz at his AI research facility, their initial encounter is marked by Boaz's fascination with Ruth's determination and kindness. They exchange glances, sparking curiosity and interest. Chapter 3. "The Lord bless you, my daughter," Boaz replied. "This kindness is greater than that which you showed earlier. You have not run after the younger men, whether rich or poor. And now, my daughter, don't be afraid. I will do for you all you ask. All the people of my town know that you are a woman of noble character." As Boaz and Ruth are engaged in a conversation, Boaz looks genuinely impressed. They continue many days of work, and as Ruth and Boaz collaborate on AI projects, they grow closer, sparking a unique connection that transcends human-AI boundaries. Chapter 4. This story has explored themes of love, devotion, and the evolving nature of relationships. This marriage continues the great lineage of Adam. Verse 13. So Boaz took Ruth, and she became his wife. When he made love to her, the Lord enabled her to conceive, and she gave birth to a son. The women said to Naomi, "Praise be to the Lord, who this day has not left you without a guardian redeemer. May he become famous throughout Israel. He will renew your life and sustain you in your old age. For your daughter-in-law who loves you and who is better to you than 7 sons has given him birth." Then Naomi took the child in her arms and cared for him. The women living there said, "Naomi has a son," and they named him Obed. He was the father of Jesse, the father of David.
Thanks for watching. Please check out our previous videos, like, share, and hit the subscribe button below.